like I say, our people had traditions that, you done every day that you wouldn't think of it like spiritual, but indeed it was, and that's one of the things that with my family, we were and still are very religious. We grew up Catholics, and then again, I came from a family of medicine people, of critters, and I guess that went against the Catholic teachings, because as my grandmother, she came back to live with my mom at home, and, our practices involves prayers and use of plants, and I can remember someone coming in to give her communion, and she was saying that my grandmother said that she was going to pray and also use this and do that. And as the woman is walking out, she kind of leans over to me and says, that's all superstitions, Not to our people. We've always been a people of prayer, and my family, and like I said, both from my dad and my mom's side, those traditions were passed on. And like I say, we still, the power of prayers, is very powerful. And like, it's hard to move away from that, because your whole being, spiritual beliefs that makes who you are as a person.
Okay.
But there's some things that,
It doesn't have to echo.
we do as I'm weaving this basket, as we were saying earlier. When I go to gather the palmetto, we use the heart of the palmetto.
It doesn't matter.
We take one and leave one. We leave one for that plant. We want to make sure that plant, will always be there for us to go back to. And again, I think, our people have always had that respect too for not only plants, but nature itself. We always had seasons, not the seasons like we have today, but seasons that we knew when rabbits were having babies. You wouldn't go hunting rabbits or even deer, shrimping, It's all in that timing that you have to respect. And that has a lot to do with the spirituality of our people, that respect for other life.
My grandmother always burned, we don't have a sage. It don't grow wild over here. But my grandmother, every time they would have bad weather, she would get a palm leaf and she'd chop it up after she got, she would pick, when her old wounds would get, when she'd go, what is called Palm Sunday or Wednesday, where she'd go get her palm, whatever. Well, she would break it up and she would put it like in an ashtray or whatever she'd put her to burn her stuff. Any kind of bad weather would come around, you knew it was coming, because when you'd walk into my grandmother's house, you'd smell it. And I'm like, I miss that smell. My grandma passed away at 101 years old, yeah. And so now I found out that the sage didn't know, but they're going around doing shows and stuff like that. Well, now I have friends that send it to me. So if I have, like, to send my kids, if they had something on their mind and it was bothering them, they couldn't sleep at night, they was having bad dreams and stuff like that. Well, the next morning, they would come find me and they would tell me, Dad, could you come smudge my room? I'm like, what's up, brother? Or sister, whatever. I call them my kids, brother and sister, whatever. Anyway, I said, no problem. I said, I would smudge your room. What I would do, I wouldn't only smudge their room, I would do the whole house. I'd walk around and And this is where this comes in, my eagle feathers. And as I'm burning it, as I'm burning my sage, I'm also praying through my whole house, especially in the bedroom that my son and my daughter sleeping in. And it just makes you feel good when your son or your daughter will come back to you and say, thanks, Dad. You know, whatever was bothering me is gone. And so that's, you know, that makes a mom or a dad feel really, really good. So that's what the smudge is all about.
Most definitely, we still pray before everything. We pray over everything. We find that, like, that spiritual connection to the land, especially because it's so important to us. When you take things, you replace them with something else. There's never just, I'm only taking this, and you have to give as well. So that's a big thing for us, because there's consistent growth in things. So as that thing that you took is helping you, you have to give something back that helps that. So we pray over things, and a lot of prayer. It's a lot of prayer.